The P2 Volvo XC70, the wagon your early 2000s middle school principal spent too much of his salary on, and today serves as what seems like the most common European wagon from that era still on the road. Given the surge in used car pricing in 2021, do you think this generation of XC70 followed the trend? We're going to use data provided by Car Gurus to track the pricing of these wagons, but first, Car Gurus recognized 2004 as the first year of the XC70. You might be thinking, well hold on, I just messaged someone, hi, is this still available, on their 2001 XC70. That was actually a V70 cross country, which was Volvo's name for the 2001 through 2003 model years. Car Gurus has these cars in two separate categories and does not have enough data on V70 cross countries, so in this video we're going to be working with data from 2004 through 2007 XC70s. Additionally, I've included some data from GasBuddy on the average price per gallon of 87 octane in the US. We'll see if gas prices can influence the demand and therefore the pricing of a car based on its fuel economy. The ball dropped, it's the new year, and people are thinking, alright, I've made it through the shitstorm that was 2020, I'm gonna go out and get myself a nice little all-wheel drive wagon. With gas averaging at $2.28 a gallon, who cares if a 5-cylinder turbo isn't the most fuel efficient? Here was the average listing price of these XC70s on New Year's Day. Right off the bat, we noticed 2005s were being listed for about $600 more than the 2006s. I did a ton of searching and couldn't find anything specific that would explain this, other than the fact that 2005 was the first year of the facelift. This could spark a discussion about the first year of a facelift being more valuable versus the other side of the argument that would throw in facelifts under the same blanket statement, you never want to buy the first year of a car. Anyway, excellent opportunity to share some knowledge in the comments section below if you know why this price difference could be. Otherwise, we'll assume there was more 2005s in better condition and with lower miles for sale at that time. These are not bad prices for an all-wheel drive turbocharged wagon. For this price range, you're not breaking the bank and you're getting a very safe, capable vehicle that is daily driver worthy. The weeks kept rolling and the prices of these wagons had some interesting fluctuations. Here's where these XC70s sat at the end of Q1. Gas shot up about 56 cents per gallon, but we returned back to sanity and 2006s finally gained listing prices higher than 2005s. In fact, the 2006s had the steepest growth in pricing, although in this price range, that 12.6% increase only accounts for about $600. Both the 2005s and 2007s saw slight decreases in pricing. Car Gurus also has an index that tracks prices across all makes and models. The average price of a used car starting 2021 was at $22,830 and ended the first quarter at $23,185, an increase of only 1.6%. You may be comparing this percentage to the headlines you read throughout the year, thinking, well that's kinda small, what's the deal? I'm here to tell you that some people think 1.6 is actually perfect, and that also you should stick around for a bit longer to see this shit get wild. With warmer weather on the horizon and gas prices on the rise, it could be reasonable to think that maybe all-wheel drive would not be a high priority for buyers, and maybe people would be looking for a slightly better fuel economy than the 18-ish city and 25 or 26 miles per gallon highway the P2 XC70 has to offer, right?
Wrong. Gas
continued to climb and reach $3.08 per gallon by June 30th, which marked the end of Q2. This is an increase of 8.5%. And you remember the index tracking all used car prices that only grew 1.6% in the first quarter? Yeah, well, the average price of a used car from April 1st to June 30th rose over $4,200. That's an 18.4% increase in just 90 days. If I'm remembering correctly, this was around the time a lot of offices started announcing return to office plans, which left people who either sold or did not maintain their cars earlier in the pandemic thinking, how am I gonna get to work? That and tax returns burning holes in the consumer pocket may have fed into this demand and price hike. The XC70s we've been tracking followed suit pretty closely. Across the 4 model years, the average increase in price was 16.95%. This quarter gave us evidence that regardless of gas prices and season of the year, used car prices were beginning to get out of hand. Summer starts, burgers are flipping, you get into an argument or two with your uncle because he says it's not a good time to buy a used car while prices are at an all-time high, but you make a case for the XC70 because you aren't going to take that shit. You have a college degree, damn it. Gas prices climb a little higher through July, August, and September, landing at an average price of $3.20 per gallon on September 30th. This is an increase of 3.9% during the third quarter. While XC70 prices soared in the second quarter, the summer brought a different story. 2004, 2005, and 2006 model years dipped slightly in average prices, while the 2007s gained an additional 2.6%. While these price decreases were not super significant, this could support our idea that demand for all-wheel drive vehicles is not as high during the summer, resulting in decreased pricing. The fourth quarter is full of reasons to buy an XC70. These cars are regarded as very safe and make them an attractive choice as a first car for a new driver, making an excellent gift during the holiday season, plus the return of winter weather calls for all-wheel drive. Gas prices didn't continue spiraling out of control too badly, with the average price per gallon only rising from $3.20 up to $3.25. The average price of a used car climbed 7.2%, starting the quarter at $28,562 and ending the quarter at $30,624. Checking in on our Volvos, 04s and 06s had price increases that surpassed the overall used car index. However, spread over the 4 model years we've been tracking, the average increase was only 6.2%. Let's finish by taking a look back at 2021 as a whole. The average price of all used cars ended the year up 34%. 2004 XC70s increased by 40.1%, 2005s increased by 7.1%, 06s increased by 46.7%, and 2007s increased by 16.2%. With the data available to us, the P2 XC70 had a 27.5% average increase in price for 2021. Because you've watched this video, it's likely you're in one of the following situations. You are the proud owner of a P2 XC70, but are considering cashing out if the price is right, or you're in the market for a used wagon and are wondering how much it'll cost you to get your hands on one. So what do you think 2022 will do to this generation of XC70s? What would you be willing to sell yours for, or if you don't have one yet, what's the most you'd spend? Lastly, which car would you like to see next?